guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello, this is Bree.
And I'm Pepe.
I'm Jenna.
And we are back. Welcome back to our channel, the Ep.3 podcast. Episode number 3. Today we are going to be talking about conspiracy theories and true crimes. Just kind of some crazy stuff, like how things happen and how people live with that, and if we believe or don't believe in certain stuff. But yeah.
Okay, so you said conspiracy theory and true crimes, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, the one that I like. Well, there's like two. Have you guys heard about the Black Dahlia?
No. Which one's
No.
You guys haven't heard about the Black Dahlia? Okay, so this happened like years ago. I don't know what years, but it's about this famous woman in the LA area, Hollywood. She was trying to make it big in Hollywood, and somehow they found her body. Like, during that time, it was just like houses. No, it wasn't houses. It was like just pure dirt. They found her body like cut in half, like her arms, legs, and like they cut her face like this, like a big smile, but she had no blood in her body. So like they
drained it.
They drained out the blood.
That's crazy.
So then, to this day, they haven't found who the murderer is.
The Black Dahlia is one of America's most famous cold cases, and over the years it's definitely grown a cult following, not just because of how horrific the case was, but because of how difficult it's been to solve. Now this case takes us back to January 15th of 1947 in Los Angeles. That was when a woman was going out for a walk with her young child when she came across a body on Leimert Park. Now at first the woman thought that the body was actually a mannequin because of the way it was positioned. But when she took a closer look, she realized what was actually going on. The body would turn out to be that of 22-year-old Elizabeth Short. And essentially, her body had been cut in half and drained of almost all of its blood. And her organs had been removed from her body and neatly tucked underneath her. But it gets even worse. Chunks of flesh were also missing from her body. And in her stomach, they discovered feces, which led authorities to believe that she had been forced to eat them before she passed away. But not only that, her face had also been cut from ear to ear, giving her a very eerie smile similar to that of the Joker. Because her body had been drained of almost all of its blood, authorities immediately believed that she had had her life taken elsewhere and then her body had been transported. And next to her body were also a few old cement sacks that had bloodstains on them, which police believe were used to transport her body. And because Elizabeth had applied for a job as a clerk within the US Army, it was fairly easy to identify her using her fingerprints. But they also discovered that she had been arrested for underage drinking. And sadly, this didn't do very much to help her case at all. Once the media outlets heard about her underage drinking, they took this and absolutely ran with it. And instead of painting her as a woman who was the victim of a horrific crime, the media outlets just painted salacious stories of her. Instead, they ended up branding Elizabeth Short as some sort of sexual deviant, with some of the stories claiming that she knew well over 50 men and was even seen with approximately 25 men in the 60 days leading up to her passing. With some media outlets even claiming that she was some sort of tease and that she liked to do this for fun because she was apparently a lesbian. But none of these stories were ever proven as factual, and they all just stayed as rumors. But the press did go on to give her the name that we now know her as, the Black Dahlia. And that was because apparently she liked to wear a lot of black sheer clothing, which was in reference to another movie called The Blue Dahlia that was out at the time. As the press dug a little bit deeper, they did come to know that she was an aspiring actress in Hollywood. And although she didn't have any film credits to her name at the time, she was trying to make it. And sadly, she had only been in LA for 6 months before she passed away, working as a waitress. Then on January 21st, about a week after the body was found, the Examiner received a call from a person claiming to be the murderer. And as proof, they said that they would be sending several of her belongings to the newspaper. And on the 24th, the Examiner received a package with Elizabeth's birth certificate, photos, business cards, and an address book with the name Mark Hansen on the cover. All of these items had been wiped down with gasoline, which meant that no fingerprints were left behind. But they were able to gather a partial fingerprint that was found on the envelope, but unfortunately it was damaged in transportation and therefore never analyzed. Then on January 26th, another letter arrived taunting the police and then telling them to meet at a certain location. The police arrived at the appointed time and place, but no one ever showed up. Then another letter was sent shortly after that telling the police that they had changed their mind. Again, this letter had also been wiped clean with gasoline. During the investigation, police had over 150 main suspects, and they even had over 60 people falsely confess to what happened to Elizabeth. But as time went on, the case just grew colder and colder. But then in 1999 came a very interesting break in the case. Retired LAPD officer Steve Hodel was going through his dad's belongings when he noticed 2 photos of a woman that looked a lot like Elizabeth Short. And when he discovered these images, he decided to use his own investigation skills as a police officer to look into his own father. And this was his father, George Hodel, who was actually one of the main suspects back in the investigation shortly after the unaliving had happened. Now, Steve did quite a lot of digging. He went through newspaper archives, witness interviews, and even filed a Freedom of Information Act to obtain FBI files on the case. He even had a handwriting expert compare samples of his father's writing to the writing on some of the notes that were sent to the press. And the analysis concluded that there was a very strong possibility that his father's handwriting matched, but the results were not conclusive. Even more interesting is that George Hodel was actually a doctor, which meant that he would have had the necessary training to cut Elizabeth's body in half and to remove all of her organs. But on top of all of that, Steve also found a folder with a receipt dated a few days before the murder for a large bag of concrete, which was the same size and brand as the concrete found near Elizabeth Short's body. And in 1950, police were so sure that George Hodel was the one responsible for what happened to Elizabeth that they even bugged his home. Unfortunately, at the time, they were never able to fully prove that he was the one responsible. Because of all of the investigation work Steve did on his father, authorities today say that if George were still alive, they would have enough to indict him for the Elizabeth Short murder. But to this day, there are still people continuously confessing, and that number has reached well over 500 people. Unfortunately, we still don't know 100% sure who was responsible for taking the life of Elizabeth Short. But like always, let me know in the comments, do you think George Hodel did it or do you think it was somebody else?
So George Hodel, so he has like I'm pretty sure you guys seen this house before because they used that house before for modeling or like runway shows. But in that house, it's like a big mansion, and they've actually found some belongings like teeth and like kind of like a little bit of like Elizabeth's stuff, like her DNA, back there in like the alley. To this day, they haven't found it, but they haven't found who the murderer is. But I feel like it's a doctor because he's the only one
Yeah.
that would do that.
And I feel like he knows like a lot, like how to dig up a person.
Yeah, because it's
how
like
to
if you're a
clean up
doctor,
your fingerprints. Definitely. Yeah.
and even his son, which was like the investigator, he tried to kind of like look for the killer, which was his dad, but I guess they kind of like hid a little bit so they won't catch like the murder, which obviously is the dad, George Hodel. So and then also it's cool because like I actually visited the house of George Hodel, not inside, but from on like the outside. And then also like I went to where they found the body, which now it's like it's just houses. It's just houses, but like it's just like an address where like it was
Do you
found.
think that place is haunted?
I would say yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like there's a body there.
Have you guys? This just happened recently. I don't know if it's popped up on your guys' TikTok. It's like there's a little girl. She was 13 and she was murdered by her dad.
Which
And
one?
she was left abandoned at their old house, like where his mom used to live. I need to find the name because it's crazy. He literally cut her hands off, and was like she had like a lot of slits on her neck. Yeah, and she was only 13. She was just about to turn like 14. I think this month. But yeah, her dad killed her, and then the dad tried to kill himself, but I think the cops stopped him. He was like walking around. There's like body camera footage of it. Of like
When did this happen?
this just happened recently.
I
Yeah,
haven't heard about that one.
yeah. I popped it on my TikTok last night, and I was like, that is crazy. All right, and I found out the girl's name. Her name was Paradise Kami Latique. So apparently she went missing, and they reported her as missing, and then later found out that she was dead. Let me see.
This is a 14-year-old that was murdered, raped, had her hands cut off, and her throat almost cut off.
The father spoke to 13 Action News when Kimani went missing. He claimed she was scared to be home alone.
I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. So I sat for an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here. We left around like 12:30ish.
When the grandmother who works overnight returned home the next morning, Kimani was nowhere to be found. And even more troubling, the front door was unlocked and Kimani's glasses and keys were still inside the house.
She wasn't here. There were things in the floor that should not have been. That's what caused the alarm. So I called the school. They contacted the principal, her teacher, and the gym teacher, and all three of those guys said that she was not there.
Kimani's body was found on the second floor of an abandoned, burned-out house in Toledo. An autopsy revealed that she died from deep wounds to the neck, she was sexually assaulted, and she had her hands cut off. And after giving inconsistent statements to investigators, police issued an arrest warrant for her father.
Tempers flared as family and friends rushed to the scene after hearing a body was found in the rundown home.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That was a dad that came up with that. He even did his own, like, he did his own statements.
Yeah,
in
because
the
he
news.
was like, oh, like the last time I saw her was on this night. I was with her. Like that's already sus. Like, why are you only hanging out with her for a couple of hours?
That's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy how, like, you give your own statement when you're the only one. Like, you're the one that killed her.
Yeah.
I would not have, like, the balls to do that. If I killed someone, sorry, I won't do that. But if I did, I would not want to be giving my statement. Like, no, because they're gonna use that against you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Literally,
Like,
and like your body language says it all.
mm-hmm.
Don't we always talk about that, Genesis? Like, do you think you'd be able to get away with murder?
You don't think so?
I'm not gonna say that on here.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't get away with it. 'Cause
That's
I'm
weird.
That's suspicious.
Dumb. Okay, we all know who would get away with it.
It won't be me because I'm a blabber. I'll be like, guys, guess what? Science fiction in the chat.
Search up
I
how
just did.
you search up like how to a body and stuff like that.
My whole freaking Google search is like, how to get rid of a body? What do you do with the bones? Girl, no. I don't think I would be able
I wouldn't.
to.
I wouldn't go to jail for, like, for killing someone. That's just I would feel bad. 'Cause it's like, imagine, like, someone killing me. I wouldn't want to die. I wouldn't want to die.
If I ever go missing, like, I'm dead for sure. I'm dead. Don't even try looking for
We
me.
got your
I'm
location.
dead. Yeah.
We
And
got you.
a lot of people do have my locations for that reason because I'm like, I'm gonna say I'm tiny. I can't fight back. There's obviously guys that could literally just snatch me and I'd be dead.
And then she'll be like,
And
she'll
her
be knocked
legs
out.
were cut off. So, yeah, a lot of people have my location for that safety reasons.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I feel safer knowing that like people have my location. I don't know.
What about you, Jen? Do you have like a true crime? Have you heard about in the past?
Yeah, the Watts family.
Yes, that's a crazy one. I just can't
give me
believe
a
Oh,
it.
you
on
guys
that
were
one.
saying that dad gave his own statement and
Yeah,
was on
he-
TV. So did that dad.
he did.
And that husband was.
And I guess they were also popular on YouTube, I believe. I think they were doing like the mom would do like YouTube videos or Facebook lives. Yeah, she was pretty popular on Facebook Live as well too.
That's crazy. I've never heard that one.
You never heard about
You never heard
the
about
Watts family?
No.
Well, the dad, he killed his 2 daughters and his wife.
Wait, is this the one that got dumped into the big
Yeah.
water?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
The 2 daughters and the wife.
Yeah.
And then they found out that the girl that he was sleeping with helped him out with that so they can be together.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like they go so much into detail. Like whenever like it's not like okay they killed someone like okay we're gonna leave right there. No, like they
No,
still
like
they
yeah.
hella get into it because I guess turns out I heard about it too like where I guess Chris Watts he was like really into like the gym and stuff like that and I guess he was like working out with the new girl that he was something and they were like well all of a sudden now and you're so close to this girl and the girl at first said she wasn't that she
wasn't a part of it or that
a part
she
of
didn't
it
help him.
but later on turns out she
they found
was
the messages.
yeah and also like I feel like if I don't hear from my family in a couple of days or whatever. Oh, I'm gonna storm in that house. I'm gonna break that house and see what's going on. Cause that's crazy.
That is crazy.
And I wouldn't do that to my kids. Like, I cannot. I'm sorry. I would not unalive my kid. No.
That is crazy too.
It's like I was put myself in that position. Like, do I want to get
And
killed?
the wife was pregnant.
Yes.
Oh, she was. Dude, he couldn't even try just do step.
That's what a lot of people were saying. Like,
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
you could have just got a divorce, cut it off, go with the new girl,
Right.
and you know,
Right.
that be that. But he took it a whole step further.
And like also,
Literally got rid of him.
yeah, and also like there was footage where he was putting, I think, the bodies inside the truck. Did you guys see that part?
No.
When there was like footage of him putting stuff inside the truck. So he took the kids inside there and drove off. It was like early morning.
I thought it was like he had his car in the garage, so you couldn't tell when he was doing that.
I think it was close to the garage. I don't know if it was like inside, but like you could see him going from like the garage to the truck. I don't know exactly how much it showed of the truck, but like it showed that he was doing something early morning.
Don't they also they had cameras inside their house too?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have cameras inside the house too.
That's
They
crazy.
did.
You guys think like Alexa heard everything, or like if they had an Alexa? Like, do you
What
guys, there's some people that there's like some cases where they have used like electronic devices to kind of catch.
It's like how they say like the government hears everything. So I feel like the government would be able to hear everything.
Right.
It's like how they say like our phones records everything.
Literally.
Any electronic picks up like audio and. So maybe it's not true that the government has us tracking, because they would have caught they would have caught Chris a long time ago.
True. But I think they have to like how are they gonna know that they have an Alexa? Oh, I mean until like after, I guess. But how do they know when to like start recording that something's happening? I would be like, Alexa, record. Alexa, call the cops.
The conspiracy is that it's constantly recording.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it knows when we say its name or when we talk to it.
It's like how we talk
That
about
is
something
true,
and it pops up on our phones.
Because they're listening.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I low-key do believe that. And sometimes
I
it's
do.
crazy, like, because when you're thinking about stuff, like, oh, I'm thinking about buying this, and then like,
boom,
it'll pop up.
right there.
Like, how'd you guys read my mind?
That is so true.
Wow. The Face ID. Maybe they, like, scan my brain. Nah.
They scan the brain.
I'm dead.
What about the crime of Elisa Lam at the Cecil Hotel that they found inside the water tank?
No, I think I read
No, that's
that. In the water tank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The water tank at the hotel.
and like there's footage of where Elisa is going through like in the elevator. And she's acting all weird, like she's like, looks like she's on drugs and everything, but it's crazy. Like
Alicia, what was it?
Elisa Lam,
Elisa Lam?
yeah, so ELI, Elisa Lam, yeah.
Okay.
And that it's crazy because I heard about it in the news, but I just never like paid attention to it until years later. You see how she's like,
In the elevator?
and she's like acting really suspicious. People are saying like she was probably
Like possessed?
possessed, and she's from Canada.
So she's possessed because she's from Canada.
No, like the hotel. I've actually visited the hotel twice, but I haven't went inside. But I actually saw it from the outside. But I guess during that time they were like remodeling the hotel. So I feel like we should go stay at that hotel.
Hell no.
No, we should do it.
Heck no. It's like staying at the Padre Hotel here at Bakersfield.
It is haunted.
It is haunted. Because back then people would jump off of the
They show you the handprint,
the highest,
and you're able to see it.
The highest floor, they would
Yeah.
commit suicide.
You're able to see, and there's actually a video of like they went before the Padre Hotel reopened. Some crime people went to the Padre Hotel, and they were like doing like paranormal activity stuff, and they heard some like stuff, And I was like, see, there you go. It's haunted.
That's crazy. So she threw herself in the water tank.
The thing is, it's crazy because it's like it's heavy. So how would you
Even
open it and then close it back?
Oh shoot.
So it's like, it's just, that's one of the craziest one that I'm just like, it's crazy.
Crazy. Like for you
And then
just thinking about.
in that hotel, like there's been a lot of stuff. And have you guys seen American Horror Stories Hotel?
I've seen a couple
No.
episodes, but I've never really like finished like the whole series.
So the show American Horror Stories Hotel is of the Cecil Hotel. It tells you like all the stories that have happened in that hotel.
Oh wow.
They say that Richard Ramirez, which is he is the
I think he's. Shoot, I don't want to get it wrong.
not the Zodiac killer.
Is it the Night Stalker?
Is it? You want to go and check before we give wrong information? But they said that he stayed
He's
there.
the Night Stalker.
That he stayed in that hotel. That multiple serial killers
Have stayed there.
have
That's
stayed
him.
in that
That's crazy.
yeah.
He
it's-
looks innocent.
Oh, he does not. Smash or pass? No.
Wait, no.
Pass.
No, next question.
No. No. He looks scary.
Not to Briseda.
Without the Briseda.
Innocent. He looks
He
like
was a
one of our
serial killer.
patients.
He looks like one of our
One of
patients.
the inmates.
One of the inmates. I'm dead. Talking back to like missing bodies, I just recently watched the Gabby Petito case on Netflix. Did you guys watch that?
No.
I didn't watch
I
it, but
haven't
I
watched it.
did
Hear about it?
hear about it, and I watched some of the like
Snippets on TikTok.
the buzz. Is it BuzzFeed? I don't know if it like little short clips on YouTube. Automatically, I knew it was the boyfriend. Automatically, because it's like why would you how are you gonna go and travel with your girlfriend but then return back alone?
Yeah.
And then how the parents were like, oh, we'll defend you regardless,
No
whatever.
matter what, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? She went
Yeah.
on vacation with her boyfriend and didn't
It
come home?
wasn't on vacation, so basically she wanted to do van life. So basically they bought a van and they wanted
And
to
then- okay.
road trip, whatever. She's a YouTuber too, so she was obviously posting vlogs of their days, and then, but there's they got pulled over by police because I guess somebody reported that he was hitting her, and they're in the little on the Netflix series they actually show the police footage of when that incident happened. But I'm like, girl, you're dumb. We could have left him because the police was like, you know what, you guys need space. What's going on? And the police probably could have prevented it, but they let them. Basically, what they did is they were like, okay, you guys need to just spend the night separated. You guys are mad at each other, so just spend the night separated.
You know what? I think I have heard about this because that feels familiar.
Yeah, but it recently happened.
In 2021 or around there. But she was missing for 47 days. And yeah. And so the son went back home, but the parents were like, you guys can't speak to them. We got a lawyer. Why do you guys have an attorney?
Right away.
It was right away. And I guess
red flag.
I guess there's because they then later on he goes missing too, so just to kind of get the attention away.
Oh.
And then he wrote a suicide note. It was all suicidal. He did it because he just felt bad that he killed her, this and that. But the crazy part, in the documentary on Netflix, so there was a whole search crew looking for his stuff, looking for him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then when the parents went to go look for him, they knew exactly where everything was.
Where he
Yeah.
where he was at, because apparently it's it's a place where he always goes.
Yeah, he has always gone camping there. And it's crazy because they literally find a waterproof bag, and it has a waterproof notebook with a lot of stuff, a lot of letters he wrote to everybody, basically apologizing, and then just talking about why he's gonna kill himself.
And I guess it said on that notebook he wrote why he killed her. It was more to save her, because I guess she was in the water. So
Oh,
you watched
yeah,
it all,
something
so
like that. Yeah. That she was like in the water. She was already like not gonna make it or whatever.
I guess like not make her suffer.
Yeah, but that's not true because the investigators that like did the autopsy, it shows nothing of that. You know.
Yeah, it has a lot of like
Physical
damage and like physical like
Yeah, like
damage,
it wasn't.
yeah.
She was drowning.
She was
or
like
nothing that.
strangled.
Yeah.
She was strangled from her neck.
That case is crazy. But I see a lot on TikTok is that like a lot of people advocate for like when white people go missing, there's like a bigger like news broadcast about it. When in the case of like people of colors, it's very silent and it doesn't get.
Yes, in that documentary, it did bring up a lot of like colors because like there's a lot of like white people being missing and they talk about them more.
Yeah.
And there's way more people of color that went missing and they never
like,
talked about him.
Do you remember those two little boys from California
The
City?
Olsen brothers, something like that.
They were little. I
Owens?
don't remember their name. That sounds really bad.
Oh,
cut that part
Olsen.
out, hold on.
Okay, we'll cut it out. I think it was like the Olsen brothers. Go ahead, continue.
The two little boys from California City that went missing, and nobody paid attention to it until they started raising the reward.
Sorry, I don't think it was the Olsen twins or some white people. These white twins. Sorry.
That's Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes. It's something with the O. It's something with the O.
But they were white, not people of color.
They were little.
They were people of color, and they didn't really acknowledge them like that they were missing until they actually did a lot. They did a lot like a lot of people stood up for them.
West brothers.
West brothers?
Warren West and his brother Orson.
Orson, there you go.
That's where you.
That's
got
where I got.
that
Yeah.
from. They were 4 and 3. They went missing in 2020.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And I think they found them. That weren't they like they found them dead, correct? Or alive?
So they were dead?
Or
3 years after disappearance of California City boys, they sentenced the adoptive parents.
so I think they did find them dead then. I think those are the ones that they found them buried somewhere.
In the backyard, I think.
Yeah.
Let me.
Something like that.
Isn't that crazy? Like a lot of adoptive families do that. Like
A
there's
lot of people-
a lot of cases where like, oh, they're adoptive parents or like they're foster homes and they hurt like.
A lot of people don't do it to like help out the kids. They do it just for the money and the benefits.
Yeah.
Because like growing up, because I actually growing up when we moved here to Bakersfield, my sister had a friend from high school, and he was.
The investigation had also revealed that they died 3 months before their adoptive parents reported them missing.
So it's literally just chilling in there.
And they got sentenced in 2022.
It took some time.
2 years later.
It took some time, and I believe that even the adopted parents, they even spoke on TV, on the news,
So, well, they said that they were playing in the backyard and they
went missing.
They went missing,
and they didn't
because-
report them right away.
because supposedly they had left the gate open and they ran away or something.
Like what? That right away automatically. Like how you go missing? I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna report
there's
it.
this other like just recently it popped up on my TikTok. I don't know why I love like murder mysteries. Even like
I love
reading
those.
about those, they're pretty crazy. But there was a Native American girl who they found her pieces of body like scattered, like in a forest in bags, and they
Okay.
still haven't found.
I
like,
heard about that one too.
they still haven't found like her head up.
But they found everything.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's crazy. And the people that found them were hikers. Like they were literally hiking and they seen a bag and they opened it and it was just bones.
That's scary. Like
Yeah.
how.
And I don't think they found the murderer yet. I don't think so.
How there's a lot of like people go missing just doing like they're on the regular daily stuff, going for a run and whatever, and bam, you go missing.
Yeah.
And then that same thing. Remember those TikTokers found that body in the suitcase? The suitcase washed up on shore. And I'm probably going to get it wrong, but in like Seattle or something. It might have been here in California, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They opened the suitcase and there's a dead body in it.
Mm-hmm. Was that the recent one about the
I
runner?
think it was,
No, huh?
or was it a foot that washed up with the
No,
shoe?
that's a different one.
That's a different one?
That's a different
See, it's
one.
just crazy how there's a lot of like murders like that.
That is crazy. I think who we're talking about. I don't remember who I was talking about this, but you guys all watched Jeffrey Dahmer's documentary on Netflix.
His what?
His documentary, isn't it? It's like
Documentary.
a documentary, whatever.
See, I didn't.
I'm literally
finish
Latina.
his. Yeah.
Spanish is my first language.
I didn't finish watching his documentary because I feel like it was really.
It was a lot. It's a lot.
I don't know. It lost me for sure, but I've heard about his
case.
Yeah. Because it wasn't he the one that has to do with the Lovely Bones?
No.
Is it, or is it a different one?
I think it's a different one.
Okay.
Yeah. But
We getting all the information wrong.
I know, bros. Okay, like we know part of the stories, but we're gonna be honest right now. We didn't really go into depth, like, and go in details with all the conspiracies. Like I said, we just made this podcast to yap, because this is a lot
Just
of
to
stuff.
hang out.
And hang out. This is a lot of stuff that we do normally talk about, like just crazy stories, and how we literally talk about, like, oh, this girl died, and then this person died, and like all of them combined. But basically, what I was gonna say is that the Jeffrey Dahmer, we had the chance to study his brain, but the dad said no. Because he died on the chair. He died in jail.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The electrical chair?
Mm-hmm. He got the chair.
Yeah, he got the chair. And they wanted to study his brain, but the dad was like, no. Wouldn't, like,
Ooh.
do you guys think if we would have studied his brain, we'd be able to catch, like, more, mental, like, people? Because, like, think about it, like...
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because how would we, like, test them or analyze them?
Maybe, like, CT scans? Like,
Okay.
certain scans?
Okay. I see your point there.
Like, of a certain, like, lobe is
Yeah.
formed differently?
Because it's just how not different topic, but like kind of similar. Like the Aaron Hernandez, where I guess where I guess they say like whenever there's a lot of like trauma to the brain, it causes like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So that's I was talking to this with my cousins, and we're like, what if we would have examined his brain, and now it's so easy to get a gun in California or like the United States in general, and all you can say is like, I'm not crazy, I'm not gonna hurt nobody. Like, how can we prove that? So what if we could have like studied that brain, and for the people that like want to get weapons, they have to do like a certain brain exam, because now we know like there's certain stuff. You get me? You guys get what I'm trying to say?
I get you.
Yes.
That would be crazy, because getting access to a gun is so crazy.
It's easy too, just nowadays. What about? Have you guys heard about the Menendez brothers? Oh, we did talk about this when that thing came out. So I feel like, are you kind of familiar with it, Bree?
It sounds familiar. Give me a little like summary of this.
The Menendez brothers, the brothers who killed
There's a
parents
Netflix series
because,
about it.
They killed their parents because the dad was sexually abusing them.
Oh, wait. The ones that are like recently just got in.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I watched their story too. Okay, go on.
Bree, Jen, do you want to see what? Because I know me and Jen talked about this previously, and we both have different perspectives.
Pause. WC, does that mean woman crush?
Yeah.
Just by
Woman Crush
itself?
Wednesday?
I wouldn't just have the WCW.
That's Woman Crush Wednesday.
But like by itself?
Woman Crush.
I've never seen it like by itself.
The whole time I thought PMO.
PMO?
Put me on.
Yeah, I thought it was Put Me On. It's actually You Pissed Me Off.
No.
It's not Put Me On?
Pissed me off?
Because
Honestly,
It
I don't even
was a
know
put
all
me
the
on.
slang.
It was put me on,
Yeah.
but now it's pissed me off.
They're using it both ways. I think it's just the context that you use it.
Now I can't read it the same. I'm like, damn, I'm getting lost in the slings.
You guys are
Jen
just
knows a
old.
lot. Jen knows a lot of like the slang. I don't.
Skibbity skedaddle.
Skippity toilet.
Okay.
We're like, sorry, Pepe.
No, it's their own thing because they work together. Literally,
No,
they work together.
that's like a Gen Z saying.
Skippity toilet.
Skippity toilet. Who says? Do you guys say that?
Gen
Not us.
Zs.
Who?
Like younger, like 20 under, or like
Skippity
18
toilet.
under.
Skippity toilet. Skippity toilet.
Like
20
the
and
Riz. Do you know what the Riz is?
No.
Yeah.
What is that?
You have Riz.
Oh, okay, I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard
You
that.
have Riz.
I've heard it before.
Not to toot my own horn, but
In that term, yeah. Riz. I feel like it's like you got game.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it means. And then what the Sigma?
Which
the
one?
Sigma.
I don't know what that
Which
means.
is the one I've asked you about?
You've
I was
asked me
like-
about a lot.
A lot, because I don't know a lot of them. I feel like we don't really use them towards each other, do we?
Our slangs are it's lit.
You guys are showing your age.
I already confessed my age. I'm 26. Oh my
28
God.
over here, and Jen's the baby over here.
23. Oh, one baby.
Okay.
You're like not that far behind, girl.
Oh, what? I'm 96. What about you?
1995.
No.
99. 99.
Oh, you're my brother's age.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Stop.
What's
Working with you is enough. No.
that's it. We're done. Get out.
All right, guys.
the end of the
The podcast is actually.
we're broken up party.
It's
Fuck
now
the-
the big two.
Fuck the big three. It's just big me. Nah. Just kidding,
Big
guys.
back.
But you sure do know what that would mean? The
Which one?
big back. That's
I
slang.
feel like I learned that word big back
Big
from
back, big back.
what's her name? Oh, I forgot her name. She's a rapper. She did the interview with Bobby Brown. No, Bobby Millie. No.
Millie Bobby
Oh,
Brown.
the call
Call-
me daddy.
What's
Call
her-
her daddy. Call me daddy.
Millie Bobby Brown.
That's a cool name.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah. I love the flow to it. Millie Bobby Brown. She looks so different now. Like, she looks grown. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, the younger kids now look grown.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the older kids.
Don't.
Is that her name?
They don't eat.
Oh,
No,
it's
Oh.
we ate
Bobby and Suki. I learned the term big back. We're like this one.
That's why I'm interviewing. That's what mine looks. I didn't know that about you.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm
Who's
a
that?
musician.
That's
What the
Suki.
fuck
She's
that
a.
mean? Make magic or something? What is
I don't
She
know who that
thought
is.
she thought musician Suki. She's a rapper, a female rapper. They asked her like, "Oh, are you a musician?" And I guess she thought it's magician, like magic trick. But this is where the big back I learned right here.
Nobody else eating our interview.
I'm just really hungry because you were
Yeah, me
like
too. I'm just gonna get
4
a little
hours
bit of
late,
this.
so
You must want a big back, girl. You must want a big back.
oh, I do.
Okay. Do you?
No, I don't know what that means.
It means
fully.
your back is gonna get wide like quarterback.
Okay.
With weight.
I don't.
That.
I don't want that.
Well, that's what's gonna happen if you keep eating them fries. You think I don't want to eat fries and I just want to eat this shit?
So this came out.
Us every
This
day.
interview came out on February 7th, 2024. So I kind of knew about it from that time.
Is she
Big
still
back.
doing interviews? She's the one that was like
In
she
Drake's bed?
Yeah.
In Drake's,
and she's
and
like,
then-
I missed my daughter's birthday for this. And he was like, okay, okay, and
Or like with Beso Pluma.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how I know about the
Big back.
big back. But I never really used it until
Big back, big back.
I started hearing that's like almost probably like in the summer of last year.
I
That's
thought
when
it
I
was like trending more in the beginning of the year. No,
Oh,
no,
was
it was
it?
like at the end of last year.
Cause that's how I know about the big back because of Suki.
The one we grew up with, we got greens, beans, potatoes, yeah. You
real.
name it. That was our big bag.
Yeah, that was.
Or the chocolate vanilla swirl with the
But the kid voice. You know who does that voice really good? Louis Castro. He does that voice.
and Bretman Rock.
Yeah.
Bretman Rock.
Yeah.
It's like I'm happy that I grew up with them.
Yeah.
With the OG YouTubers.
That's crazy.
Back to the Menendez brothers.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. Sidetrack. A little commercial.
For real, it's a little snack break. That was just a break for you guys to go get a
You said snack break?
Yeah.
to be a big bag.
Now they're not going to want a snack because you just called them a big bag.
It could be a healthy snack too.
It could be a healthy snack, so you don't get a big bag.
Yeah, some
Bars.
Y'all want some carrots?
You
My
have some right
dogs
now?
love carrots.
Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah. You got ranch. You got peanut butter.
if you guys ever say carrots in front of my dog, they'll literally love you.
They
They
love
love
carrots.
carrots.
Okay.
Yeah. They eat a carrot every night. They'll literally like attack you.
I had
In
a
a good
dog.
way. They'll
I had
like-
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I had a dog. We both talk at the same time.
Go.
I had a dog that she would eat like chips. She's like, I'm like, girl, like you're a hot Cheeto girl.
A hot Cheeto girl. I didn't choose to be Latina.
Yeah, it chose me.
Period.
Okay. Are you found the carrots? You got peanut butter? No, just the bite stuff like that. It's good.
Peanut butter.
We're gonna unbig our back with some
Carrots.
baby carrots.
Carrots.
Did you guys know that baby carrots are actually big size carrots that are just kind of
Wait.
brought smaller?
Let me see. Are they from Grimway? Wow.
So while Jen is over there, she's able to hear us too. But the Menendez brothers, I feel like because I heard about that case, me please. I've heard about that murder case a long time ago, and then like right when I heard about it, to me it was more like they killed their parents for the money, I guess. And I'm not going to like say that I'm not believing that they killed their parents due to like the whole rape or
Abuse?
sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Because like if you had the time to talk to
A therapist?
the therapist and admit that you killed them, you could at least admit right there and then why you killed them. Why bring it up later on?
True.
And then also like how there's another story out there where I don't know which brother was talking to a girl, and he told
Oh,
girl-
like writing the stories,
Yeah.
writing letters to her, and then she writes a book about it.
yeah, and then like and also like the recordings, like there's audios where the girlfriend recorded of I think it was Eric. Y'all get in there.
I don't know.
Get the crunch. You guys like stand over there? It come back. Like if there's audio where you're saying like we're going to try up like I don't know what he said, but something talking about like we're gonna try our best for them to be on our side. And like it's like and like I guess he also in that book that the girlfriend wrote, he's saying like we're gonna regardless if we have to lie, we're gonna try to get out of this. Because like because like if like I said, if you're gonna confess to your therapist that you killed someone, confess why. Why confess after like what the second trial?
That's why in the second trial, one of the brothers couldn't be in it because they're like you're lying to us. But sorry.
You guys hear me? No?
Not too bad.
Good. I put your guys' volume up and lower mine down.
Girl. I feel like that case is crazy.
It is that, and I feel like
And they're serving life, weren't they?
aren't they supposed to like come out, or did that get canceled?
They're gay.
Well, Eric, I think Eric was a gay one.
Was there one that actually? No, they both have families now. Like they have a whole family.
Okay.
That's why we get deja vu. If something feels so familiar, is because another version of ourselves has already lived through it.
Oh, I 100
Ourselves
I 100% believe that.
has already lived through it.
I hope whoever, I hope double me out there is doing better.
Or double.
Not a doppelganger. Doppelganger is someone who looks exactly like you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I have yet to meet someone that looks like me.
I heard it's bad luck to
If
meet
you
your
meet
doppelganger.
them, because there's time travel. Just kidding. Messing up my.
Oh, do you believe in time travelers?
Oh yeah.
I do. How I guess there's like an image of a guy using a cell phone.
Oh.
And like years where cell phones was not invented.
Supposedly they say that like some of the creators of The Simpsons are time travelers.
Because of how many things that they predicted.
Yes.
That is
Or like,
crazy.
I guess when John F. Kennedy got killed, there's someone there in
That
that
had a
picture. Yeah, something like it has.
Oh, we died. I'm still recording though.
You could.
We could-
Oh, they can't hear us.
Oh.
Oh, you could insert the.
Just to get some of the video.
Okay.
And you could insert the.
Yeah. Also, we could just do audio too.
Oh, that's been really cool, right?
What?
That paper towel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's my paper towel. Or we could just do like just audio too. We just put the image and stuff like that.
Well, she could just use this.
Yeah, we could do that. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like what was I saying?
The Simpsons.
No, John F. Kennedy, the murder.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
somebody
there's-
with the phone.
Yeah, there's someone. I'm not sure if it's a phone or there's someone there that no one has ever recognized.
That's why they say that the government killed John F. Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
The government wants
Don't
to
get
do
me. Don't get me.
And
Dude,
then also,
we're
like, I
gonna
guess
get canceled. We're
the
gonna go
person that
missing.
killed John F. Kennedy, like it's like he spoke up and he was like, "Oh, I don't remember nothing about that incident."
Do you guys think like that, like FBI and like all that, they have like machines to erase our memories?
I say yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
What is that movie? Men in Black. Dude, we're literally the Men in Black.
Yeah, we are.
I'm dead. No, that is crazy. I think, yeah. I don't think they have like a certain machine, but I think they give you like certain medications that could make you probably forget. Dang.
Or like Ariana Grande, the music video. I don't know which one is it. The memory. Erases the memory. I don't know the name of it. But there's a music video of her, like, she goes to like a memory loss. Erases the memory. I believe that. Because I feel like there should be, like, there's, like, everything exists. Everything's real. Everything's possible, you know, in this world.
Yeah, that's so true. Dang. That is crazy. What was I going to say? There was another thing that I wanted to add on to that. Memories. Do you guys think like, oh no, I kind of don't want to bring this up. Is it like, do you guys think during COVID something else was going on around the world?
For sure.
And we were
For
like,
sure.
we had to be
Distracted.
staying inside. Yeah.
Have you noticed that when there's a big like court things going on, or like there's a murder, and there's these big giant court cases, and everyone's fighting against it, and then boom, something else happens.
Something pops off.
Because wasn't there something happening during the time that the Palisades fire was burning?
Diddy.
Right. You see?
Wait, say it again?
Diddy. Like the whole case about him, and like how Hollywood was getting canceled during the fires.
Or also, I heard that it could be like it was purposely burned down, or how like because it was during the Golden Globe, was it? The Golden Globe or the Oscars?
Where they mocked God?
When they mocked God, they mocked God, and it says right. They literally said L.A. is on fire, and then they said they mocked God.
Insert the clip.
So much has already happened in the first half, and the acceptance speeches have been on fire. Who got shouted out the most? Let's look at the numbers. All right, cast and crew are leading the way with 11 mentions. Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions. And Mario Lopez, host of Access Hollywood, 1. All right. No surprise in this godless town.
Raging and still out of control, the wildfires which are devastating this city. This one in the Hollywood Hills, causing panic and prompting yet more mass evacuations. The iconic Hollywood sign not far from here. New blazes erupting all the time. The epicenter is the Pacific Palisades, one of LA's wealthiest neighborhoods. Home upon home here, razed to the ground.
From LA Fire on the phone with us again. And I say again because you were so gracious to talk to us last evening, Ms. Stewart. Can you give us the latest information on what we are witnessing right now near Runyon Canyon?
Yes, we have a very dangerous and explosive fire in the Runyon Canyon, and we cannot emphasize enough, we need people to adhere to our immediate mandatory evacuation.
This is video taken out of the Pacific Palisades area. It looks like something out of a movie. 5 active fires right now, none of which are anywhere near contained.
Officials there say 5 people have died and more than 130,000 have been ordered to evacuate. ABC's Andrew Dimbert shows the extent of the damage so far.
The wildfire emergency in Southern California showing no signs of slowing overnight.
There's a new fire right there that's grown pretty quickly and is now getting closer to Runyon Canyon.
A new fire erupting in the Hollywood Hills, marching.
Pigeons are exposed from the government.
And somebody will make like a 10-part video and make you believe it.
Have y'all ever seen a baby pigeon?
I never have.
No.
I'm sorry, I never.
You notice how pigeons always disappear?
Oh, chill your neck.
Wow, she's really good.
Because they're charging.
No, but they charge on the electric wires.
When they're missing, they're charging so they have longer battery.
Because of the rain?
Because you go outside, there's not going to be no pigeons right now.
Yeah, because it's raining.
No, because they're charging.
Because it's raining, they can't get on the electric wires.
Okay, I feel like, wait.
Not only tomorrow it's going to be sunny.
Okay, should we like capture a pigeon? And
it's going to eat you.
And like actually
test it out.
How many pigeons do we have to get to test?
10. What if they all just die?
Then they didn't get charged enough.
What if we put like a wire and they never die?
I believe that pigeons, I've never seen a baby pigeon.
But you've seen a baby bird?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't, maybe there's no babies, they're just built like that. Guys, thank you for listening to our podcast. We are the Big 3 podcast. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below what conspiracies you guys believe, what true crimes you guys believe in, or which other ones we should talk about, because we'll definitely talk back on true crimes and conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Because things are crazy, and you know, I don't think you guys are crazy for believing certain stuff. Because if they're facts, there's facts. There's proof. There's proof.
Oh, there's no proof.
People always make proofs. I feel like everything is always backed up.
Do you find something?
Yeah, definitely. I think there is so much proof.
Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody. Bye.